picked up. Oh no, he's in it straight to the man there. Badri, you can't keep him out of the game.
Oh, gone. There's another, you just said he's not.
Hey, good to see you.
You too. You well?
I'm good. Thank you, and welcome back to the Windies Insider. We're here at the CCG Stadium in the beautiful island of Antigua, and today I'm joined by Cricket West Indies' Dominic Warren.
Thanks, Denmark. Yep, we've got plenty on as always, so let's get started, shall we?
In this edition, we're bringing you the highs and lows of the ICC World T20 held right here in the Caribbean. Then we head over to Bangladesh and join Nazira Mohammed. She's going to bring us the highlights of the T20 series against India and of course the two-test series against Bangladesh. And then we have some red ball cricket because the 4-day Windies Championship has started right here in the Caribbean.
Yeah, and then we meet one of the great West Indies legends himself, that is Sir Curtly Ambrose, and hear about his life off the pitch. And for the fans as well, for those of you interested in coming to the England tour, hopefully you will. It is the big one. We've got a little surprise for you, so watch the end of the programme. So first off, let's look back at the World T20.
And what an incredible tournament it was, Dominic. The fans in Guyana, St. Lucia and right here in Antigua really came out, and it was really brilliant. Amazing crowds, superb cricket, and the West Indies, they came together and showed incredible skill and spirit. We really loved it.
It's been wonderful to see. I mean, we've had 7,000 people for the Guyana and the St. Lucia matches, as well as great support for the other teams. Nearly 10,000 people into Antigua for the semi-finals and the final. And then just some of the performance themselves, as you said, from the West Indies women. I mean, it's been wonderful to see. So what about you, Demo? What was your favourite moment?
Look, I've had so many great moments in this tournament. It's just hard to choose one. But I remember we were playing against England and we lost a couple of wickets. We lost the important wicket of our captain, Stephanie Taylor, and Casey Knight. She came into the crease under pressure, 7,000 fans at her back, and the first delivery, she struck it through that cover region into the boundary for 4, sending me, my family, and all of the Caribbean into a frenzy. And it really showed all the effort that the girls put in the tournament. So it's really great. I had a great time. I really enjoyed it. I must be honest. I did.
I think it's a great result to beat England as well. I mean, you know, they're an upcoming team, lots of resources. But one of the things you may not know is that Cricket West Indies with the team have put essentially a 5 to 6 month training camp here in Antigua. So all the team have been together, they've been living together, they've been eating together, they've been training together. And I think you see that on the pitch, the celebrations, the smiles, but the focus has just been sensational. And they've had some sticky patches. Okay, yeah, we've said it already, it was tough to lose.
It is.
But they did brilliantly.
Well, they did do brilliantly, and I can't wait for 2019, can you?
No, I think we've got some big games again for the women as well.
Yes, and we're asking the world to look out for these girls because they're coming in 2019, and trust me, they're going to be better than they were right here in the Caribbean.
Absolutely. So, from one T20 tournament, that is, to T20 series in India, should we go off and see Nazira?
Yes, hey, so let's go off to Bangladesh and join Nazira Mohammed.
So from a T20 tournament to a T20 series. Here in Asia, the Windies men had a tough end to their tour of India. A young T20 squad was picked to start preparing for the T20 World Cup in Australia in 2020. Debuts were given to a trio of bowlers, Kerry Peer, Fabian Allen and O'Shane Thomas, with experienced heads like Darren Bravo and Kieran Pollard back into the Windies T20 squad. In the first match, the Windies reached 109 for 8. Impressive bowling figures by O'Shane Thomas and captain Carlos Brathwaite had India in trouble at 45 for 4, but India rallied to win by 5 wickets. In Game 2, India set an imposing total of 195 for 2 with a century from captain Rohit Sharma. The Windies got off to a slow start and couldn't build any partnership, going on to lose by 71 runs. The third game in Chennai was a last ball thriller. The Windies set a challenging target of 181 for 3, which saw the return of Nicholas Pooran to the T20 squad. He smashed a blistering 53 off 25 balls. India looked to be cruising, needing 8 runs off the last 2 overs. However, Kimo Paul's last over conceded just 3 runs and captured the vital wicket of Rishabh Pant. Needing 5 off the final over, Fabian Allen scalped the wicket of Shikhar Dhawan. With India needing 1 run off the last ball, they scrambled home for a single, leaving the Windies once again frustrated with another loss. But no doubt this young squad have taken valuable experiences from this series for the future. And so, on to Bangladesh for the first test in Chittagong. With Jason Holder rested at home for his troublesome shoulder, Craig Brathwaite took over the captaincy. The team also saw Jamel Warrican back into the attack with his spin. A strong start by Bangladesh was then reversed by a stunning spell where Shannon Gabriel ripped through the middle order with 4 wickets in 2 overs. In addition, Jamel Warrican's 4 wickets restricted Bangladesh to 324 in their first innings, having been at one stage at 222 for 3. The Windies had a poor start and stood at 88 for 5 until a pair of 63 runs each from Shimron Hetmyer and Shane Dulwich led us to an unsatisfactory 246 all out. Bishu, Chase and Warrican skittled the Bangladesh Tigers for 125 in their first innings. Needing just over 200 runs to win on a turning and deteriorating pitch, the Windies got off to another poor start, losing our first 8 wickets for 78 runs. But an 8th wicket stand of 60 between Warrican and Sir Ambrose provided a glimmer of hope, but it was not to be, as the Windies lost by 64 runs. The second test proved to be not much different from the first, except for the scoreline. The Windies lost by an innings and 184 runs. Once again, Bangladesh won the toss and elected to bat first, with a team that was packed with an all-spinning bowling attack, which signaled the conditions of the pitch for the match. Debutant Shadman Islam started his career and the team's innings with a brilliant 76 runs. This was bolstered by contributing runs from the rest of the lineup, as captain Shakib Al Hassan added 80 runs of his own. But it was Mahmudullah who really sunk the Windies' bowling attack. He smashed an unbeaten 136 runs, along with 54 runs from Litan Das, as the hosts piled up a mammoth 508 all out. Despite at one point the Windies having them pegged at 190 for 5. The Windies went after the run chase, but the batting never fired. Once again, the openers failed to build a foundation for the innings. Shimron Hetmyer and Shane Dulwich, with 39 and 37 respectively, were the only batsmen to put up a resistance to the Bangladesh spin attack. The Windies were eventually all out for 113 runs in their first innings, well below the follow-on score. Sent back in to bat again, the second innings started the same as the first, with the top 5 back in the dressing room before the score reached 100 runs. Shimron Hetmyer showed why all eyes have been on him for the last 5 months, as he smashed a record 9 sixes in an innings by a West Indian on his way to a valiant 93 runs. But even he could not prevent the continued slide. Kimar Roach and Sherman Lewis provided some late resistance after Hetmyer's wicket fell. Roach made 37 not out, with Lewis's wicket the last of the innings to fall for 20 runs. Bangladesh winning by an innings and 184 runs, and therefore taking the series 2-0. That was your news on the Windies Insider. I am Nasira Mohammed.
Hey, thanks Nazira. It's really been a tough few months for the men. And now back to the West Indies Championship. The 4-day red ball tournament, which has just started, will run from the 6th of December until the 17th of March. Will anyone challenge Guyana with their 4th championship? We'll wait and see. With the England tour starting in January, it's an opportunity for guys to really put in performances and push for that selection. But you can watch the tournament and more on windiescricket.com, or you can watch us on the Windies YouTube channel, where we'll have updates for you throughout the tournament. And now it's time to meet another of the Windies all-time greats, Sir Curtly Ambrose.
So welcome to the Windies Insider. We're here at the Sir Vivian Richard Cricket Grounds in Antigua, and of course the wonderful Sir Curtly Ambrose. Your name's up on the wall up there. You're not playing anymore, Sir Curtly, of course. It hasn't been a few years. You're now a level 3 coach. What's that change in your mind as a former cricketer? What sort of things are you up to as a coach now these days?
Well, I've always made it known that at the end of my playing days, I want to give back to, first and foremost, West Indies cricket and cricket in general. So hence I took those coaches, those classes, because the way the world is now, you know, your name alone won't really do the trick. You have to have some sort of certification. So as you quite rightly mentioned, I'm now a level 3 coach, and I had done some coaching before. You know, 2 years with the CCC in regional competitions, 2 years with the West Indies senior team. And so I did enjoy it, and up to this very day, I still want to make a contribution. So whenever that opportunity comes, I'll be more than happy to do so.
So are there any things that surprised you from doing your level 3 coaching badges? Are there any things that are new to you, or some things that you didn't realise were as important? Because you're obviously very naturally gifted as a bowler, but coaching's obviously a lot more technical as well.
Yeah, it certainly was. I mean, having played the game, you know, successfully for many years, there's certain things you tend to overlook. Because when having success, you know, some things just go by the wayside. When I went to the classes, now I realized there are a lot of things that I haven't thought about. So I was quite happy to have done that course. It really opened my eyes a lot more if I want to be in the coaching system. So, because I mean, there are no two people that are exactly alike. So it's so important to have these coaches, so you can at least, you know, teach people and players that there are many different things about the cricket. So I was quite happy to do so.
Fantastic. And then in terms of some of the younger guys you're going through, there's a lot of young, fast potential at the moment. It's probably a bit too young to hope that they're going to establish that potential straight away. But what do you see when you see some of the younger bowlers coming through? Are you pretty excited from what you're seeing?
There's a lot of potential here in the Caribbean. You know, we've always been a talented people. That goes without saying. And for me personally as a coach, the first thing I try to teach any bowler, whether you're playing international cricket or you're playing grade cricket, whatever type of cricket you're playing, the first thing I always try to teach them is to be able to consistently bowl a good line of length. That is a foundation. Doesn't matter if you bowl in 90 miles an hour, or you can swing the ball all over the place, or different variations. If you cannot put the ball in a particular area consistently, nothing else will work. So that to me is what I always teach first and foremost. That is the foundation. It's like building a house. You can't build from the roof. You need a foundation. So be able to consistently bowl a good line and length is the foundation, and the pace and the swing and the seam and everything else makes you a much more rounded bowler. So that is how I teach from the onset.
Perfect. And then other in your non-cricket life, but still cricket life off the pitch, you're doing a lot more time in the commentary box as well. So what's that like for you? Because that must be a different perspective as well.
Yes, looking at the game from a different angle. And I do enjoy commentary as well. Coaching and commentary, they're my passion. Whenever I get a chance to coach, I love it. When I get a chance to commentate, I equally loved it. Give a chance to criticize some people as well. I've been through it.
Quite right.
You know, but I mean, I've always been a fair person. You know, I've always give the best assessment I can give, you know, without being too harsh on cricketers, because sometimes I think some countries are a bit too harsh, to be quite honest with you. I'm not that type. I give my assessment. I've always frank and fair, but you can't be too harsh at times on players.
Sure. And then do you tend to find that you're mixing some of your commentary experience in terms of what you're watching as well as your coaching experience? Does that just sort of happen naturally as you're seeing that together?
Yeah, it's natural.
Yeah.
Having played the game before, and then I've been coaching before as well, you can analyze the game a little easier because you've played it and you've been in different situations, tough situations, easy situations. So it's always easier for me to commentate and give analysis on things that are going well or not going so well. And it's for me, it's mostly natural. So I don't have to work that hard to analyse a cricket match.
But you're saying it with a smile on your face, so you're obviously enjoying that bit.
I certainly do enjoy it.
And then in terms of one of your other big pleasures, you told me a little bit about this before we did this recording, but music. You're on the bass guitar. A few guys might have seen you obviously here in Antigua because you're down at the King's Casino one night a week, I believe. But tell us a little bit what music means to you and how you got into it all.
Being a West Indian, first and foremost, music is a part of our upbringing. It's in the blood, as they would say. And I've always loved music. And if you've noticed, way back when I used to play cricket, from time to time you see me with maybe back in those days, we'd have all the technology we have now. So you got the headphones, stick into your ears, listen to some music and all that stuff. So it's always been a part of me. And playing the bass is something that I've always been fascinated with the instrument. I've never played it before, but just when I go to a live show, my main focus, even if I'm dancing, is always focusing on the bass player. Because there's something about bass that's just unique. And I remember we toured England back in 1991, I think, and Richie Richardson and Sir Richie. Let me get that clear.
Another sir.
Yeah. So we were roommates, and Richie had always been playing guitar. And we all know international cricket, lots of pressure and stress, so you need to find ways to relax. So one of the ways we used to relax, Richie and myself, is to play music. He strummed his guitar, I hit the table and sing along, and just to ease the stress. And one day in Birmingham, I said to Richie, there's a music store just around the corner from the hotel. I'm going to buy me a bass guitar. Never played a bass in my life. So I went and I bought it. Richie started to show me the notes and all that stuff. And then at the end of the tour, when I came back to Antigua, I got a few bass players as friends. I went to them, they wrote out all the notes on a piece of paper for me so I could learn it. And that's how my musical career started. And I'm happy to say that I've improved tremendously, loving it, enjoying it.
And I've seen you around Antigua quite a lot. You support Sir Andy Roberts Foundation with your band. You played a lot. You've played for the Cricket West Indies team as well.
That's correct.
So if you were coming into Bowl 1 last time and you had one piece of music in your head that you wanted to go with your run-up, anything that would spring to mind in terms of a famous piece that really gets you going, if you had one great piece of music?
Well, I would probably choose a calypso.
Okay.
As opposed to reggae.
Yeah.
Reggae's a little bit slower.
Yeah.
Nice little groove, but being a fast bowler.
Yeah.
I think some calypso will, get me to the crease and inspire me a little bit more to bowl 90 miles an hour if I can. Reggae's a little bit slower, so I would choose some calypso with a little bit up tempo.
I like it. Okay.
Yeah.
I need to learn my calypso, of course.
Of course, you're in Antigua. You got to learn some calypso and some reggae. Can you groove really? Because if you have no rhythm, it won't work.
I think I've got rhythm. Everyone else knows I don't have rhythm, so it's...
Well, once you think you have rhythm, then that's a start.
I appreciate the pep talk. Well, that's brilliant. Thanks so much for joining us on the Windies Insider. This time, brilliant legend to have us with Sir Curtly Ambrose, and look forward to seeing you around the island a lot more.
Of course you will, with my band, the Spirited Band, and we are a good band. And I'm not going to brag or boast, but from what I've been hearing, people enjoy the music. So anytime you're in Antigua, you make sure you check out Spirited, and you get some good calypso, reggae. You get all sorts of genres of music. We try to be versatile.
Absolutely. No, check them out. They're a fantastic band, Spirited Band. Sir Curtly, thank you very much indeed.
Really a pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, that's almost it for this edition of the Windies Insider. But we have a very special offer for you for Christmas, and we're going to ask Sir Curtly Ambrose to tell you all about it.
Hello, cricket lovers. West Indies versus England coming up in January 2019. And there's a special half price for the tickets, but you must get your tickets by Christmas Eve. You don't want to miss this special. Visit windiescricket.com and use the promo code that's on your screen. Do it now.
That's right. So from Thursday, 13th December until midnight Christmas Eve, we're giving all Windies fans the chance to purchase limited number of tickets for half price. Yes, you heard it right, 50%. So you need to go on to the windiescricket.com website and purchase up those tickets.
Yeah, so it's the 12 days of Christmas, our little gift to you. 50% off those tickets. Go on to windiescricket.com, look for the buy tickets box, click on it, and you can go and select your venue. Once you're on that, enter this promo code that's on the screen now, and that will allow you to get 50% off. But those tickets are going to go quickly. There's only limited amount. So we want your support. Be there. It's the big tour.
They're going to go quickly. So please, please make that your Christmas gift and purchase them now. Here you have it. Exciting T20 cricket, great interview with the legend, and of course, all the other action here on the Windies Insider. Join us again next time for another edition of the Windies Insider. Have a good one.